Okay, kia ora, welcome on board the Rainbow Warrior. Thank you, Steve. And as Joel said, it's really great to have this ship in New Zealand for the very first time. And there's a lot of you on board who actually helped make this ship happen by donating. So I hope you do go and have a good look around her, because there's the wet room down below, which you guys made happen. This really is the people's ship, because people all around the world, not just in New Zealand, donated money to make this vessel possible. It was wonderful being at Matodi Bay, as Joel said, because that is where the old girl, the old ship, is buried, and this ship really travels in her wake. So being there, she had to pay her respects to the old warrior, take the baton from her, pay her respects to Ngāti Kura, and then start the work that we have to do here in New Zealand. There's a really strong connection between this ship, called the Rainbow Warrior, and a very powerful moment in New Zealand and Greenpeace's history, which actually helped to define, or was a defining moment for our national identity. And that you've seen all these herald ads around at the moment, and it's picked up on all these particular moments in our history where they have called it, it's when we knew what we stood for. And actually, when we have stood up for something, we've actually made a mark in this world. We've been noticed. We've put ourselves on the map. And when there's a business and economic institute, research institute here, who actually did a bit of work on where our clean green image came from, what was the origin of it. And it actually started with not the bombing of the Warrior, but our anti-nuclear stand. That moment when New Zealand actually stood up and said, we want to do it our way, we want to do it this way. And it's created a reputation that is actually worth billions of dollars. It's something that we have traded on for many years, we've made our living out of for many years. It's something that 70% of our export industry trades on. So what it's telling us is quite simple and quite extraordinary, and that is being true to our values and being prosperous are not mutually exclusive. When we stand up for our principles, we actually make things work. We can make things work. Now, there's somebody here tonight said to me, what's the idea of the event this evening? And I said to him, you're the idea. Because this government that we have at the moment would like us to believe that our 100% pure brand is just a marketing exercise. It's an advertising gimmick. It's not something that really has substance and that matters to us as New Zealanders. And I think that's wrong. All of you that we've invited here tonight, and actually hundreds of other Kiwis, New Zealanders in this country, have been innovative, creative, following their dreams, making a name for themselves in New Zealand and more broadly, more widely in the world for many, many generations. And based on things that matter to us as New Zealand, we do not, as New Zealanders, we do not have to drill for deep sea oil, frack all over our land, dig up every last little piece of coal that we have in the South Island, turn the South Island into a massive, intensive dairy factory in order to make our living in this country. We can do it by believing in ourselves, keeping our fabulous coastline that we've got. This boat sailed down from obviously from the top of New Zealand to here, and past some of the most beautiful coastline in the world, and it's ours. We have a whole country full of unspoiled beaches, and we've been able to make our living here for many, many decades by looking after that. And actually we don't need to change it. And many of you people here tonight are actually telling us we can make our living and live here in a very different way. This country needs to decide and make a choice, just like Greenpeace did with this ship. When we were building a new ship, we could have gone back and done it the old way. We could have refurbished an old boat and carried on campaigning. But we said, no, let's build one from the ground up. And it's actually more environmentally sound to do it that way. So we did. We built something that's cleaner and smarter than we've ever had before. And you know what? It's one of the best campaigning ships we're ever going to have. Now, New Zealand can do that too. We just have to decide we're going to do it in a cleaner, smarter way. And if you don't believe me, believe PricewaterhouseCoopers, who have done work on looking at what New Zealand's clean tech technology economy is already valued at today, billions of dollars. We can do that. We've done it before, we can do it again.